What's up, YouTube? ODST General back again. Don't have a lot to talk about this week for Operation Trebuchet, but I do have a lot of eye candy to share with you guys, or a fair amount. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first stuff I have to share was shared by Scorch a little while back. Just some more pictures of the new armor. Basically all stuff we've seen before for the most part. We get a better look at the new MA5K, looking a lot more in line with the current new assault rifles and stuff like that. Not much else new aside from that fact. The second image here, this does have something a little bit new or slightly more newsworthy. That is, the helmet has a blue visor. According to Scorch, we will have both opaque and transparent helmet visors, so that's pretty neat. So that's that will extend to both the Marines and the ODSTs now, it's sounding like. You know, I'm assuming the ODSTs will have transparent visors again. I can't remember if that's working now that the visors are fixed, but at any rate, nice thing to have. I'm sure a lot of people are very excited for that. Speaking of ODSTs, we've got another new shot of the ODST here, holding the MA5C, it looks like. Based off the lighting, it could be a little bit hard to tell, it just might be the angle, but other than that, yeah, not much else going on there. And then lastly, this one's a little bit more interesting as we get to see the basically most like unarmored variant you're gonna see with the armor on. There's no shoulder pads, there is no extra chest plate, there is no knee pads or anything like that. There's nothing for like the ankles. This is just like the basic chest like rig that they've got, where like all the armor mounts onto it. This was shown in, I believe, Halo CE Anniversary or something like that, so pretty neat. Definitely something I'm excited for, just as goofy as it might sound. I kind of like that like really light armor look that they had in CE sometimes. So that's all I had to talk about for the main mod. So let's go ahead and talk about side mods. I've actually only got one to talk about today, and that is, of course, Morthon's Brute mod again. That tends to be the big one going on right now. There's of course a lot of other mods in development, but nothing that's really been shown off or talked about for the past week here. So let's go ahead and talk about what Morthon's got going on. So he shared a couple of screenshots that were kind of eye candy, or just, you know, bugs in process and stuff like that. The first one is a brute underwater. Apparently there was a bunch of brutes in combat, and one of them like freaked out with the AI and decided he wasn't gonna fight anymore. He hated the war, so he just, you know, ran away and ran underwater and stayed there. So the swimming animation's not in place yet, I guess, so that's kind of why that happened. That's pretty funny little bug there, but another nice shot of the brute in game, so it's one of those things to enjoy. The other image that we've got in game is brute at night, just a night vision leaning around a corner. Pretty awesome looking stuff, very menacing, those glowing eyes staring at you and those big angry sharp teeth. But you know, just one of those things. Another picture, more eye candy, just showing off a little bit of the new animation, so pretty neat stuff, but nothing too crazy or insane in this one. The final picture I have of the brutes is just some animation testing of them side strafing with a weapon. You can see them with a placeholder spiker in hand, and then a placeholder rocket launcher that's not going to actually be a weapon, guys. So don't get too excited, but it's a placeholder on their back. So just more animation testing is all that is. I do have one last image here, and it's going to be kind of a boring image without any context, so let's put that in context some. Basically, I've got this chart of all these different numbers here, and if you read it, it says Brute Shield Strength Table. This is all theory, and basically what this is Morthon is trying to work out some numbers to get shields working. So basically, this is based off of his own weapons modification for Operation Trebuchet. These numbers will probably change when the mod updates and all these new weapon variants, or well, weapon updates come out, because that will include a number of updates for like damage and stuff for the main mod. But yeah, these are based off his own numbers, and basically the premise is you see each weapon and the expected damage it does or will do. So looking at it, he's got the 8 gauge pellets and slugs, 5x23 millimeter. But he's got the plasma rifle, plasma pistol, spiker, mauler, fuel rod, brood shot, carbine, beam rifle, and needler. So he has talked about doing the basic set of weapons for the brutes. So the spiker, I believe, is already done. I don't know. I know he's had it in game forever. I'm assuming it's working and gameplay ready, because he's had pictures of that for, I think, like a year and a half, maybe 2 years at this point, as he's been trying to develop these brutes. I know since the Halo 3 Marines came out, he's had pictures of it. The Mauler, he said he's going to work on at some point down the road here, probably not too long after the brutes come out, but that might change depending on what he wants to do with these shields. The brute shot's also higher on that list. Now, as far as the needler, the beam rifle, the carbine, and the fuel rod, I don't know if he plans on working on those or not. Obviously, those are kind of bigger brute weapons, or at least the fuel rod is, but as for the rest, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. At any rate, guys, that's all I have to talk about this week. I hope you guys are excited to see some brutes, hopefully with shields, and the rest of the new content. Once again, bear in mind, the devs have stated that they're aiming for a release sometime after the Tanks DLC, which is coming out within the next week here. So hopefully we'll have an update within the next couple weeks, depending on what the armor update breaks. At any rate, guys, take it easy, and I will see you in the next video.